Hello, it's Dai Chang from Hanoi. You're watching VTV News, brought to you by VTV International. Now, top story for this bulletin. President Chintan Sun meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And let's take a look at the Taste of Europe, the 9th European Food Festival in Hanoi. As part of State President Chintan Sun's visit to Russia to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Russia's victory in the Great Patriotic War, he also met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow on the same day. President Sun thanked the Russian president for the invitation to this historic event. He stressed that the victory helped bring peace to the whole world. The two sides discussed issues of bilateral cooperation and agreed to further strengthen measures to promote the comprehensive strategic partnership between Vietnam and Russia in the time to come. President Chintan Sun also thanked the Russian government for creating favorable conditions for the Vietnamese community in Russia in all aspects of business, academia, and social integration. Following his attendance at the 70th anniversary celebrations of Russia's victory in the Great Patriotic War, State President Chintan Sun will visit the Czech Republic. Czechoslovakia, which has now split into Slovakia and the Czech Republic, was one of the very first nations to establish diplomatic relations with Vietnam. In our following report, let's get a better insight into the 65-year history of relations between Vietnam and the Czech Republic.
In 1950, the then Czechoslovakia was among the first 10 countries to establish diplomatic ties with the then Democratic Republic of Vietnam. In 2013, the Czech Republic was the first European nation to recognize their overseas Vietnamese population as an ethnic minority. This milestone decision placed the Vietnamese community in the Czech Republic on an equal footing with local Czech citizens.
The Czech Republic is a country that has built up particularly strong ties with Vietnam. Although it has changed a lot in terms of its political institutions, the nation still places a high priority on its relationship with Vietnam.
The Czech Republic has maintained its regular official development assistance or ODA grant to Vietnam, with a total amount since 1995 reaching roughly $18 million. The two-way trade turnover annually is estimated at $300 million, with investors from both countries actively seeking further business opportunities.
Our relationship is very good, but we haven't yet exploited it to its full potential. Currently, we are trying to boost economic ties with Vietnam and are hoping to benefit from the growing Vietnamese community in Czech Republic. Also, during State President Chintan Sun's working visit to the Czech Republic, several enterprise forums will be held to facilitate trade between the two nations.
Education is also an important area of cooperation between the two nations, with many Vietnamese students and researchers receiving scholarships to study in the Czech Republic each year. Cultural exchanges are held on a regular basis to promote understanding between the two countries.
Back in the 1950s, we started our cultural cooperation programs. The foundation of our cultural ties probably goes back to the very first Vietnamese students in the then Czechoslovakia. Since then, cultural exchange activities between the two nations have been going very well.
At present, around 60,000 Vietnamese people are residing in the Czech Republic, making notable contributions to the development of Czech society. Achievements over the past 65 years have laid the foundations for a future of even closer friendship and cooperation between Vietnam and the Czech Republic.
Vietnam is expecting a new wave of foreign direct investment, or FDI, from the Republic of Korea in the wake of the recently signed bilateral free trade agreement, or FTA. Many giants from the Republic of Korea, such as the latter Samsung, Kumho, and Taekwang, plan to expand their operations here, and this has in turn attracted hundreds of foreign investors to the country. Unlike earlier projects focusing on garments, textiles, and footwear, nowadays multinational Republic of Korea groups are coming to Vietnam to invest in high technology, electronics, real estate, manufacturing, and trade. Accounting for just 5% of Korea's projects in the country, they represent 70% of the total investment capital. According to the Korean International Trade Association, the majority of Korean companies plan to expand business in emerging foreign markets in 2015, with Vietnam topping the list as the most favored destination. The State Bank of Vietnam has recently raised exchange rates by 1%. This marks the second adjustment of the SBV since the beginning of this year. Although this may pose risks to import enterprises in Vietnam, it may be the solution to the nation's persistent trade deficit problem.
This enterprise has to import 90% of its packaging material at a cost of $2 million per month. The first adjustment resulted in the company spending nearly $25,000 more on imported material costs. This second adjustment will continue to hurt the company's importing activity.
Since the beginning of this year, the US dollar rose 300 Vietnam dongs in value. So in order to import materials, we need to spend $25,000 more to pay for the same amount of US dollars.
And that's not the only enterprise to be affected by the rising exchange rate. This company imports machinery and equipment to serve domestic demand. At the time of signing contracts, the exchange rate was low. However, the rate rose at the time of payment, causing the enterprise to lose nearly $200,000 in profit.
When we signed a contract with our customers, we fixed the exchange rate with them. However, as the exchange rate rose from 1 to 2%, we need to spend more to pay for our supplies. We will lose $200,000 each year because of rising exchange rates.
The State Bank of Vietnam aims to keep the exchange rate adjustment within the 2% band. According to experts, the recent rising exchange rate will help protect domestic production, especially under increased pressure from foreign goods. This can help fix the chronic trade deficit in Vietnam.
The adjustment of State Bank of Vietnam on May the 7th recently and January the 1st earlier will have to support local exporters. It will affect local importers, but our country is an import-led economy, so the adjustments can be a way to balance our trade.
According to specialists, the exchange rate adjustment policy is fully consistent with the country's industrialization strategy. In the future, local importers may have to include exchange rate fluctuation risk in their production plans.
Vietnam's varied charms are boundless. They will awaken your senses to astonishing wonder. From sight to sound, from smell to taste, you will be touched in ways you've never thought possible. Vietnam is so charming, one visit is never enough.
Welcome back to VTV News. Now, the 6th Vietnam Folk Song Festival for the Southern region concluded yesterday in Đồng Tháp province. The 5 best performances were selected out of the 14 acts and were performed at the finals of the National Folk Song Festival in Nguyen province, which will be held from May the 12th to the 16th. The biennial festival aims to preserve traditional songs, dances, and music while giving artists an opportunity to exchange ideas and showcase their talents. The festival was organized by the Vietnam Television Center in Ho Chi Minh City, Đồng Tháp Provincial Radio and Television, and the Provincial Department of Culture, Sports, and Tourism. The European Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam held its biggest social event of the year yesterday, the 9th European Food Festival. This event was part of this year's Europe Day celebrations to mark 25 years of diplomatic relations between the European Union and Vietnam. The festival brought together Vietnamese and international families through a shared love for authentic European food, drinks, and live music. Nguyen reports.
The European Food Festival in Hanoi has become a much-anticipated yearly event. Organized by Eurocham to celebrate Europe Day, each year this feast offers Vietnamese people a smorgasbord of culinary experience and is an interesting day out for family members and friends. And this year, however, the festival holds an even bigger meaning.
Eurocham has already organized this event for the past 10 years, and we really see it as an event to bring European culture to Vietnam. So this year marks a special year for the relationships between EU and Vietnam. There are a lot of celebrations together with the European delegation and other culture institutions to celebrate the good relations between the EU and Vietnam.
At the 30 or so booths showcasing the best food from top restaurants, 5-star hotels, and more than 20 European food and beverage companies, participants enjoyed a diverse mix of classic European dishes such as paella, spaghetti, bolognese, and an assortment of baguettes and pizzas. Several Spanish dishes were also on offer for visitors to the event.
Today we brought some Spanish dishes, some calamari, some croquettes, some beef skewers and some little mini sweet toasts. Our dishes are very well for sharing, and Vietnamese like to share because we have many pieces, so you can put it in the middle of the table and have a family event and enjoy everything.
I love this bustling atmosphere. It's even better than last year's festival. This year there's so much delicious and varied food. And I love German sausage and beer.
This year, European Food Festival attracted about 1,000 people, and live performances from European musicians lent to the event's buoyant festive atmosphere.
And now it's time for checking out our updated weather forecast. And that's all we have for now. If you want to see us more in other bulletins, just tune in or visit our websites at vtv4.vn or youtube.com/vtv4go. For now, goodbye from Hanoi.